right near Riga is also really good.
Can I try your hot chocolate?
But then we walked past and we saw the for sale signs. It's nice.
I'm going to be close to you so I can come help you. When you have to sleep for have not sleep for
It's getting there, right?
a week,
Yeah.
I'll come by.
So I'm planning on just
For an
doing
hour, I can take care of
like a
it.
hard outline here, and you just draw like one layer of gray in here, so it's kind of like lighter.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to make it like black in here for like the glass, you know.
You can also do it more of like an angle.
That's very heavy metal. I like it.
Yeah.
Are they like runes?
But I appreciate
It's like Nordic runes or something.
it's Greek.
Greek. But it was ancient stuff.
It was ancient.
I was in the right direction.
And then it's the 12 axes.
짜자잔. We just bought cucumber and tomato. Come on. Oh, and gummy bear. And nuts. Come on. Banana. Come on.
It's hard. How much?
Avocado.
Right. Left. Left. Right. Right. Left. Left. Right. Right. Left.
It's kind of like
Left.
puppy test.
Right. Right. Left. Left. Right.
아 진짜 뻔하게 웃기네. Very pale. Baby. 너도 이거야. But oh, what's different?
Oh, this is a dimple. I don't have a dimple. No. Whatever.
Now you have.
What the hell?
Very pale.
What the hell? Yo! Something must have gone wrong here.
Very pale.
Blue,
파일럿 오빠야? She's so big.
Ow.
I think he likes you.
Be careful. Oh, it's just saying these ones.
아 그래?
It's saying listen carefully and repeat. Oh. Yo. Oh, skip. Do you want to check my answers by listening to them? Wait. Here. Is there answers?
Yeah.
Are there answers at the back? Oh. Tree.
It's not tree.
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 Which one is?
여기서 잠깐. Hey boy.
Hey boy?
야. G 해봐 G.
What?
G.
G. G.
G.
G.
You finally realized how to pronounce it. G.
G.
It's to G.
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 But before how you pronounce it.
Tree.
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 최 해봐 최.
Twe.
최.
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 CH. 최.
최. 최. I can't. I'm trying.
오. 짠.
More. Oh, there it is. Oh, it fell out.
Do I have something more? 이거.
Oh, yeah.
아.
도지ao. Ah, you ate it.
고마워요, 고마워요.
다섯. 다섯. 다섯.
여섯.
여섯. 일곱. 여덟.
여덟.
아홉.
아홉.
That's what I said that.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm
아홉.
just repeating.
열.
아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋. I'm sorry, 현자. I'll keep working.
아! 빨리, 빨리. 싫어?
Yeah,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
우와! 우와!
Oh, it's cold.
마마미야. 고. 추워?
What?
추워?
Not that bad. Look away to the dog. I can't do it. I have to learn how to do it. Then you can take a video.
빨리 해.
Ready for some walking?
그냥 해. Just
I forgot.
no way. With hands. 아니 이렇게 해야지. 진짜.
And just like this.